Jay is definitely a bread magician, and he's been experimenting with different kinds and came up with this one that's soft and milky. He doesn't really actually follow a recipe, but each loaf always comes out differently and even better than the last. Okay, you guys might think this is lame, but I am so excited that I had to share this with you guys. So every morning, Jay goes on a 2 to 3 mile hike. And he found on our mountainside in our backyard this carambola tree full of star fruit, and I am so excited about it that I have to share this with you guys. And if you've never had star fruit, I don't really know how to quite explain it, but it tastes really juicy and crisp. It's very sweet, and I think it kind of tastes like a cross between banana and pineapple. I really don't know how to explain it. Jay thinks it mimics kiwi, but it's really delicious. This is one of my go-to staples as it's fast, inexpensive, and filling. I just like to saute a variety of veggies and serve it with a good source of fat like avocado, and put it on a bed of quinoa or sprouted brown rice, and top it all off with my favorite sriracha. These tarpon are right by the boardwalk in Christiansted, which is where we live, and people like to feed them, so they're always expectantly circling around looking for their next meal. This man made my entire freaking day by volunteering to get me some coconuts down from his tree. This right here is my absolute favorite. It's the young coconut jelly. It is like one of my favorite things in the entire world. We're at Point Udall, which is said to be the easternmost point of the US. And both times we've been here, it's been completely empty, so that's been nice. And just a bit away is supposed to be one of the best beaches, Jack and Isaac's Bay, though we haven't hiked down there yet. Here is our supper that Jay so graciously whipped up for us. We have just a simple few side dishes, our homemade kimchi, some grilled chicken, some sprouted brown rice, and our star primary dish, of course, our spicy crab stew, which again I do have a video for. I'll link that in the description box below if you're interested.
So our first question was, what has been your hardest adjustment to the island so far? Now I'm gonna let you handle this one.
I suppose for me personally, it's that my stove only has an on or off setting. There is no low and slow simmering or a hot, high, fast heat for searing a steak, for example. There's literally just an on and off switch. So, but when I speak to some of the people that we've been meeting, a lot of people gripe about, you know, no air conditioning. There is air conditioning on the island, but utilities are really expensive, and the trade winds?
Yeah, the trade winds.
Yeah, they sweep through, keep things kind of cool. For us personally, we've lived without air conditioning. This is our second island home. This is now going on 2 years of us not having air conditioning, so it's just something that you can personally get acclimated to. It's definitely not for everyone. And then I guess a lot of people gripe about the roads. That includes a lot of the modern conveniences that you find on the mainland that just aren't here. For us, there is no just running out and doing a quick errand. You know, the road leading up to our cottage on the mountain is a 10-15 minute trek with no paved roads that are full of potholes and these huge craters that happen when the rainstorms come through. Yeah, they'll
just come and completely wash the roads out.
Yeah.
And it's like Mario Kart getting through there, getting down the hill, or up the hill.
The second question we received was, how affordable or expensive is the island?
As you'd expect, there's a lot of price differences between some items being cheaper, some items being more expensive between here and the mainland. You'll find that rent prices are actually quite competitive, but the electricity is really expensive. The local cruisin' rum, very cheap, but then all sorts of other specialty items are just marked up. And there are a lot of differences like that, and Angela actually goes really far in debt to those things in her new ebook that she's going to be putting out shortly. So if that's something that you're really interested in, it'll be a really great resource for you to check out.
Yeah, absolutely. And I will post that in the description box if you're interested whenever it goes live. Thanks for remembering, babe. The last question we received were, what are our hobbies?
You'll get it one day, baby.
One day.
So for me, our ultimate goal here, while we're here in the islands, is to eventually move to a point where we can start farmsteading, homesteading. And I love to garden. I used to keep bees. I'm looking forward to getting back into beekeeping very shortly. And I love to snorkel, and I love to go scuba diving, which is also something this island facilitates really well. So between all those things, I keep my time pretty full.
Yeah. Well, he has gotten me into snorkeling, and I was very apprehensive about it, as I'm not a very strong swimmer, but Jay is like a fish in water, and I was just watching him slice through, and he was telling me about all this like magical, wonderful life under the water that I was missing out on. So it took me like over a month to finally warm up to the idea, but now that I'm doing it, I have to get a GoPro to take you guys along with us, because he's right. This place is just known for its diving spots, and it is so magical. We pretty much keep busy like all the time, but most of it's spent outdoors.
Oh yeah.
So I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A. I think it's technically our third installment, and we want to continue doing them for you guys. So keep sending those questions in. You guys can get at me through various social media platforms, and I will list all of that in the description box below. So I want to thank you guys for spending a portion of your day with us. This was Angela Kim from thesquishymonster.com, and I'll see you in our next video.
Expensive cheese dips. $8 cheese dips.
I mean, it's true.
Never gonna let it go. Cheese dips cost damn $8 a box here.
How much does that make it per like square?
Cheese dip, who knows?
One Brussels sprout.